Freshman year, it was as easy as a layup. Going into my ninth grade year of high school, I did many different projects, writing assignments, and essays. There were many different learning experiences my freshman year, and I was also introduced to new writing styles and structures. Coming into my first year of high school, I was still writing on training wheels and was still learning the basics of English. One of my big essays I had to write my freshman year of high school was a personal narrative assignment. In the narrative assignment, we needed to write about a specific experience we encountered that changed how you acted, thought, or felt. I believe that this essay was one of my best essays throughout ninth grade year. I ended up getting a 52 out of 55 on the essay. I had a lot of strengths in that paper. My ideas were very well thought out, and I had great voice throughout the paper. The only problem I had was using correct format. I didn't use MLA format correctly. Other than that, my essay was nearly perfect. Another essay I wrote my ninth grade year was in explanatory writing. My strengths while writing this essay were my ideas. I had a strong topic and conclusion sentence to introduce and sum up all my ideas. I did well in engaging with the audience, and my introduction was clear and concise. My weaknesses during the essay were that I had weak transitions between ideas and paragraphs. My thesis didn't really set a connection for the rest of my essay. It was also hard for me to find textual evidence to support my ideas. On that essay, I ended up getting a 83 out of 100. But all in all, I did fairly well. From the beginning to the end of ninth grade year, I really grew as a writer, and I became more fluent, and I learned many new writing styles and structures. Sophomore year, just as easy as a free throw. It may be a little bit more difficult than a layup, but it's still fairly easy. During my 10th grade year, I had a little more knowledge going up my sleeve, and I knew a lot more than I did my 9th grade year. 10th grade has had its ups and downs, but all in all, I developed and became better as a writer and reader. We did a variety of different writing assignments 10th grade, such as papers, projects, PowerPoints, and so on. One of the many writing assignments I did 10th grade year was a timed writing assignment about a book we read called Into Thin Air. We had to define and discuss a trending topic or theme and describe how that theme is present throughout the beginning of the novel and how it continues to develop in the later chapters. This is one writing assignment that I struggled in. I was never really good at timed writings. I ended up getting a 30 out of 50. I did well in defining and discussing a trending topic and supporting it with specific evidence from the novel. While writing, I struggled to show a coherent understanding of the book and demonstrating its development. Another essay I wrote 10th grade year was the end of the year reflection. While writing this, I reflected back from the beginning of the year all the way to the end of the year. I talked about what I struggled in, which was literary analysis writings. I also talked about what I did best at and exceeded in, which was explanatory writings. Throughout 10th grade year, I really progressed and grew as a writer. I learned even more writing styles and techniques than I did my freshman year of high school. Junior year, just like a three-pointer. Going into my 11th grade year, I thought I knew it all, but was I wrong? There was still a lot to learn and I was ready for it. Junior year was the year I did the most writing assignments and also the most important year. I think junior year was the hardest out of all 4 years because teachers expected a lot from you since you are now an upperclassman. One of the many writing assignments I had to do my junior year was to write a modern poetry paper. I did a pretty good job putting this paper together. While writing this paper, I did well in my textual evidence organization and in my reflection. As I looked back, I explained my thoughts well and clearly. The readers were able to understand my stance on everything and my ideas were vibrant. My modern poetry paper flowed smoothly and was easy to understand. The main thing I struggled with while writing this paper was putting all of my ideas together and finding textual evidence. I think if I rewrote this paper over again, I would find a lot more textual evidence to back up my ideas so that they're even better than what they already are. My final grade on this paper was an 85 out of 100, so it wasn't too bad. My strengths on this paper was that I moved beyond my initial connections while revising, and I also showed that text complexity is an important priority. I struggled in finding textual evidence, and my organization was a little off. Most importantly, finishing up 11th grade taught me a lot of responsibility and discipline. The teachers wouldn't constantly nag you to do your work. I had to be on the balls of my feet my junior year.
the march.